Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week in Blue News. Caroline will tell us what SEMSPA is and why it's important for the students that were chosen for it. Then Nick Chaffee talks about Chromebooks, why they are breaking so much, and how to prevent such issues from happening. And finally, George gives us an update on the coronavirus outbreak. Now please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Hey Bulldogs, I'm Matt Messina.
And I'm Niall Horgan. Welcome to Blue News. Thank you to all staff and students who volunteered to donate at last Friday's blood drive. Together we were able to collect more pints of blood than any previous blood drive we have hosted. Way to go, Bulldogs.
On Tuesday, the mock trial team defeated Oliver Ames at Stoughton District Courthouse in preliminary round action of the Mass Bar Mock Trial State Tournaments. Holbrook is now 3-0 in the region, and with the win, they advanced to the round of 32. Congratulations to Niall Horgan, William Curtis, Dallas Rodriguez Vieira, Marissa Todd, Vincent Tran, Hovind No, Abby Coe, and Melinda Alschwitz.
Last weekend, a group of Holbrook Middle High School chorus and band members auditioned for SEMSPA, a student music festival. Caroline is here with the story on what SEMSPA is and what it means for the students who got picked for the festival.
This past week, some of the Holbrook Middle High School chorus and band members were selected to be a part of the Southeastern Massachusetts School Bandmasters Association Music Festival. SEMSPA, as it is frequently called, is an opportunity to broaden both students and teachers' musical ideas as well as their experiences. This week, I talked to the students going to the festival about what the experience is, as well as what it means to them.
It's a musical festival, so we will be going there the day before the concert and be practicing for like 6 hours as a whole group. And then the day of the concert, we have a concert.
So on the first day, we meet everyone that's in the chorus, we meet the music director. We usually warm up and then we sing through all of our pieces for the entire day and just go over things and fine-tune things. And then the second day, the Saturday, we have a dress rehearsal in the morning, we get lunch, we get to listen to usually the other bands, and then we end up singing through at the concert.
I've participated in SEMSPA for the last 6 years. The opportunity going SEMSPA, it gives me an opportunity to meet a bunch of different people and sing with a bunch of different people that I'm not used to singing with.
I have participated in SEMSPA the past 2 years because it is a fun musical opportunity that I am very proud to take part in.
This is either my 4th or 5th year at SEMSPA, and I've also been to junior districts. I've met a lot of cool kids over the years that I've been, and it's nice to see all my friends again that I get to sing with once a year now, and it's always a great experience.
This has been Caroline Duggan with Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Caroline. Good luck to all the students participating. As you know, students and staff will be traveling to Ecuador over February vacation. Until Monday, they will be collecting school supplies, arts, craft supplies, small games, and toys to take as donations. Items can be dropped off in the 8th grade common area or in the main office.
Recently, Chromebooks have been breaking at a rapid rate, and Miss Stevenson is simply fed up. This has been a very controversial topic. Luckily, our old pal Nick Chaffee is on the case.
Hopefully this case doesn't break.
About 2 weeks ago, Mrs. Stevenson made an announcement expressing her concern of the amount of broken Chromebooks coming in, calling it, quote, plain too many. Well, there may be a little more to the story than people just not having cases on these laptops. The story begins in 2017 when the Chromebooks were distributed to the students. These are $340 Chromebooks as of writing, with mostly 5 to 3-star reviews. It's good, but not the best. It's around a 3.5-star rating on Amazon. Let's talk about this Chromebook now. It has a track record of the left hinge being broken, which in turn can create 2 points of failure. The hinge can break, and as a result of the hinge breaking, well, the screen can just fall off the Chromebook. Some Chromebooks in the school are close to this. This Chromebook, for example, has a loose hinge, and on the left side, the bezel is falling off. Who else has a similar problem or a broken Chromebook in general?
I have a friend named... Yeah, he's a really aggressive person, and he punched it like super hard.
So I went to go charge it last night, and it was charging, well I thought, and I went to go plug it in, and I went to go use it this morning, and it wasn't working at all.
It started glitching, and it just shut off. Me and my friend were playing around, and we slammed it.
The thing that we need to keep in mind is that this is an investment in the education of our students.
This is Mrs. Stevenson. She has a few words regarding the treatment of Chromebooks and why the school is doing what it's doing.
The original cases, which were the plastic ones, where some folks by the end of the first year maybe lost the feed on them. Sometimes they would be returned cracked from being in backpacks. So we want to be able to protect the Chromebook while keeping the Chromebook very functional for the students, while also minimizing the cost of the case. We need our students to understand that it's their job to kind of protect that Chromebook. If those Chromebooks are damaged to the point where we can't afford to continue to replace them, then what are we going to do? We're going to just revert back to your traditional education.
Ask yourself, do you want to go back to the classic brick and mortar education, paper and pencil? If you said yes, I respect that. But if you don't, this is of concern to you probably. If you don't want to go back to the age of paper and pencil, well, but she said it herself, you must keep your cases on the Chromebooks to prevent damage and more money spent. However, why don't the cases just stay on the Chromebooks? I mean, it's just such a mundane and simple thing to do, so why can't people just simply attach them on? Well, people just don't like them, and they bring up good points why. Let's introduce the three cases first. The padded one, the rubber one, and the classic one that we got in the beginning of the year in 2017. Now, the reasons for why people don't like them. First, the rubber case is too difficult to put in the bags for a good amount of people, making it a chore to take out and put back in. Plus, it's a lot of weight to just carry for a little laptop. The hard plastic case, second, is cracked constantly. Things are broken, and again, it's also a bit heavy, but not as heavy as the rubber one. Finally, the soft pad case is lighter, and it still provides protection, but it's not as good as keeping the Chromebook inside of it as people would prefer. The whole reason for Mrs. Stevenson's call to get those cases on those Chromebooks is to protect the investment of the 21st century education. However, going to the future, who knows where that investment will take Holbrook. Now, this was Nick Chaffee, back to you in the studio.
Hold on, Chaffee. Education grows alongside technology. It'll be interesting to see how Holbrook High reacts to this issue in the future.
Anywho, congratulations to 6th grader Brady Mason for his entry winning in the Star Wars Trivia Contest. While many submitted all correct responses, Brady was the lucky winner. Brady has received a Domino's gift card. Be sure to check the display case for more trivia contests in the future.
Winter blues got you down? Looking for signs of spring? Well, you're in luck because it's time for the American Cancer Society Daffodil Days campaign.
Support the American Cancer Society and Holbrook High School's National Honor Society Relay for Life team by placing an order for bright, fresh daffodils today and think spring. Receive a bunch of 10 daffodils for every $10 donation or a potted daffodil for a donation of $15. After all that, Marcus Spencer's here for another sports update.
Last week, both the girls and boys varsity basketball team beat Bishop Conley. This week in sports, the boys varsity basketball team lost a close game to Atlanta's Charter 56-55 on Monday, while the girls secured the win 58-14. On Wednesday, the boys beat Sacred Heart 65-36, leading to Coach Gifford's 450th win, and the girls beat Sacred Heart 43-31. Today, the boys varsity basketball team play home at 6:30 while the girls play away at 5 o'clock. Come out to support your teams. Tickets are $2 for kids and $5 for adults. This has been Marcus Spencer with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Marcus. Tuesday night, Boston Red Sox outfielder Mookie Betts, alongside pitcher David Price, were traded to the LA Dodgers. The three-team trade involved the Boston Red Sox, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Minnesota Twins. The Red Sox received Alex Verdugo from the Dodgers and Brusdar Greatrell from Twins. Many fans and critics are worried about the trade considering Betts was a four-time All-Star during his time at the Red Sox. At the moment, this trade is pending due to the health of one of the players involved. We will have more on the story as it comes.
The Massachusetts primary is on Super Tuesday, March 3rd. Students will be 18 before that date can register to vote in this election, but you must do so by this Wednesday, February 12th. You can register online with a driver's license, and if you are 16 or older, you can pre-register so that you can vote immediately when you turn 18.
As of last week's story on the coronavirus, we have an update on the quarantine in Wuhan with George Starr. Wuhan is one of the most densely populated cities in China. A drone was flown over the city to just show us how barren it looks. Thanks, George. We'll have more updates on the virus next week.
Reminder that today is a half day and that the bus for JV and varsity girls basketball to Westport will leave at 1:45 for the games at Westport. Please enter door 13 at 1:15 this afternoon. The doors for boys basketball games will reopen at 2:30. JV2 plays at 3:30, JV at 5, and varsity at 6:30 versus Westport. Before we go, we would like to give a quick shout out to Miss OD and her family. We are all thinking of you at this time, and we promise not to do anything too crazy until you come back. That wraps up this week's show. I'm Niall Horgan.
And I'm Matthew Messina. See you next Friday.